Hello, my fellow human beings, and welcome to year 4, episode 107 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic is, it's not just a taco casserole, but a salad for dessert? Before we get started, I want to thank you all for watching. Please continue to watch, comment, share, like, subscribe, ring that bell, and please pass them on to anyone you think that they would help. With that being said, here's our list of things to do today. First, I'm going to start off by saying no more daily inspirations. Now we're stepping it up a notch. Daily affirmations. Things you say to yourself on a daily basis to bring out the positivity in your life. Hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to go through those, and we're going to start around the 1st because that's the last time, or the 31st was the last time I filmed. And then we're going to go over the new challenges, which I realize now you're not going to be able to see from back there, so I will move the sign up when it's time. But they are, like I said, I was going to save Sentimental Journal, and it's number 1 up there. And then the next one is Exercise Your Mind. And last is Stretch It All, with a big old exclamation point after it. And then we're going to talk about tacos and salad, not taco salad. And just as a friendly reminder, every recipe I make for you, I make for you for the very first time. I've written the recipes out, but I have never tried them. So with that being said, I'm hoping that I'm going to have enough to actually give the family I babysit for a nice dinner tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Because I have so much of, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in July, we made barbecued pulled chicken in the crock pot, I believe. And so that is what I'm using as my inspiration for my taco naan casserole. I'm not saying naan like it's not a casserole, because it totally is. But what I'm using instead of tortillas, because I've had these in my fridge, and I think it's about time I use them. And I got them from Aldi, so it's nice because they're, I don't know if you can see that lovely clearance price there. So I think they were like $2. And you get 8. I have 8 garlic and 8 plain. And what I thought I would do was alternate so that we each got 4 of each, because we use 8 tortillas in the whole thing. So yeah, and then we're making a strawberry pecan pretzel salad. I know it sounds so yummy, but the added bonus is that my dog's toy is in the way. Is that we're going to make it in a fun new crust that I also found at Aldi. It's a pretzel crust. Why does the screen look so bright? Anyway, it's a pretzel crust. And there is going to be lots of goodies going on here. So strawberries, pretzels, pecans, of course, but then also whipped cream. So hopefully I have enough to make 2 of those as well. So we got a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it in. So I'm going to go over the daily affirmations. I do believe there's probably one quote left. Yeah. So as of the 31st, I don't think I read this one. A small body of determined spirits fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission can alter the course of history. Mahatma Gandhi. I do believe I read that one. All right. Starting with the motivational affirmations is what they're called. Today, I'll make strides towards growth. For the 2nd, you must do the things you think you cannot do. Eleanor Roosevelt. Now, I realize that's more of a quote, but I also felt like it was telling me I need to do things that I'm kind of afraid to do, or cannot do, or think I cannot do. All right, for the 3rd, I believe in my talents and abilities. The 4th, I am loved and worthy. The 5th, I am allowed to ask for what I want and what I need. Oop, that flipped. I am optimistic because today is a new day. And that was the 6th. The 7th, I am worthy of investing in myself. That was the 7th. For the 8th, I can be soft in my heart and firm in my boundaries. For the 9th, I have come further than I would have thought possible, and I'm learning along the way. That was the 9th. The 10th, I look forward to tomorrow and the opportunity that awaits me. The 11th, and this was my sister's birthday, so happy birthday. I practice gratitude for all that I have and all that is yet to come. Some of those fonts I use. Woo! For the 12th, I will allow myself to evolve. For the 13th, I seek out mystery in the ordinary. The 14th, my life is not a race or a competition. 15th, my weirdness is wonderful. 16th, my perspective is unique and important. 17th, my sensitivity is beautiful and my feelings and emotions are valid. Well, it's been 3 weeks since I've seen y'all. Sometimes the work is resting. That was for the 18th. The 19th, there is growth in stillness. For the 20th, there is room for me at the table. And for today, when I focus on my reason for being, I'm infinitely brave. And that about does it as far as those go. I hope you take them as a way to motivate yourself or talk to yourself sometimes. Maybe it's like a trigger to get you to write stuff down for your sentimental journal. That's what I should have called it. Journal trigger. And today is the 21st night in September. Sorry, I had to do that. My kids reminded me today. Okay, so those out of the way, I'm going to give you the recipe or the kind of thing I'm going to follow, perhaps, sort of. So for the taco casserole, I don't know, there's total glare. There we go. 2 teaspoons of olive oil, 1 cup chopped onion, 1 pound of beef, which is the substitute. I have already told you what I'm using there. 1 red bell pepper chopped, and actually I use red, orange, and yellow because more color is better. Always, always, always. 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, a half teaspoon of garlic powder, and a half teaspoon of oregano. You know that's our little taco mix. And you know I always like to try different people's taco mixes. And then there's a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, an 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, 1 cup of corn, which you know I'm not even using. I'm putting in green chilies and possibly a can of diced tomatoes. There is salsa in it, so I don't know. I'm going to see. But I'm going to do green chilies to replace the corn. It's not really the same, but 1 15-ounce can of black beans rinsed and drained. 1.5 cups of salsa divided. So they want it divided by 1 cup and then the half. In her little notations, she did say she did use a 16-ounce jar and she just split it in half. So, there you go. 8 corn tortillas, which you already know I'm substituting for, with naan. 8 ounces of shredded cheese. Any mix, she really said. I mean, I have Colby Jack and a little bit of cheddar, I think it is. We're going to preheat to 350, heat the oil, add the onion, and cook for 2 minutes. Add the beef to pan and brown. We don't need to brown, so really I'm going to need to do most of my onion cooking before I put my meat in the pan. And I obviously have way more than 1 pound of chicken because remember, I am doubling the recipe. So everything I'm doing today for this taco recipe is double what it says on here. Okay? And then, because you can always freeze it too, guys. Let's see, where am I at? Add beef to pan and brown, drain off grease. Add peppers to pan and cook for 2 more minutes. Add all the seasonings, which was all that stuff I talked to you about, and the 1 cup of salsa. Stir to combine. Remove pan from heat. Spread remaining half cup salsa, on bottom of the 13 by 9. Then you're going to lay 4 tortillas on top of that salsa in the pan to cover the bottom as best you can. Ooh, I'm a poet. Layer 2/3 of the beef mixture onto the tortillas and top with 1/3 of the cheese, which I thought was very weird. But I don't really measure cheese. I just kind of go by handfuls. So it gets what it gets. Then you lay the remaining tortillas next the rest of the beef, and the remaining cheese. And then we're going to cover the dish with foil. And they say to spray the foil underneath so that it doesn't stick to the cheese while it's baking. And then bake for 25 minutes. Then uncover and bake 5 to 10 more minutes. And serve with toppings, avocado or guacamole, more salsa, more cheese, sour cream. I've also got green onions and black olives cut up and ready to go for that. Whatever you put on a taco, really. Okay? And then for the strawberry pecan pretzel salad, we're using 1 cup of crushed pretzels, 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. And now don't pay attention to any of the asterisks. I don't even know if you can see them. I asterisked this because I didn't think I was going to need all these pretzels since I was using a pretzel crust, but I'm doing this portion anyway because it gets mixed into the salad. So 1/2 cup chopped pecans, 3/4 a cup brown sugar, 3/4 a cup melted butter, 3 cups diced strawberries. I didn't really dice them. I more cubed them. 3 cups of Cool Whip, and I'm not putting Cool Whip in this. So I'm getting out my new mixer and making some whipped cream. And then we mix together the first 3, and I think it's actually the first 4. Yeah, because the melted butter is going to help with it kind of makes like a sugared pretzel pecan crumble type of deal. So we're going to mix the first 4 ingredients because we're doing the melted butter, the brown sugar, the pecans, and the pretzels. And we're cooking that in the oven for 7 minutes at 400 degrees. Allow to cool, and we're putting that on a baking sheet. Sorry, I'm jumping everywhere today. And we're going to cool and break it into pieces. And then together we're going to beat, I forgot the cream cheese. We're going to beat together cream cheese, vanilla, and sugar. Oh my gosh, I forgot most of these ingredients. Fold in the whipped cream, cover and store in fridge. When serving, stir in strawberries and sugared pretzels and pecans and eat. So when you're ready to serve it, don't put the stuff in there. I think she thinks because maybe it'll get soft. That's why I think I'm going to use it more as a decoration for the top of our pies, which makes more sense. I did forget to do a lot of this because I forgot we had to bake that little combo mix, although I did get the cookie sheet out. So, and I have to get the other ingredients for that as well. But in the meantime, we are going to get our onions going for the taco bake, if you will. I have another great recipe for another taco bake that y'all are going to want to try. And I'll put that up too. And that one I use ground turkey and brown rice. And we did the same toppings and everything. And I gave a little bit of that to the, I made one of those for the family too. And they really loved it. And it's so healthy. I mean, there's nothing in there but vegetables, brown rice, and ground turkey. And then, maybe sour cream. I mean, can't go wrong there. So the only difference is that this one isn't so healthy, but it's got a lot of good qualities to it. So, all right. I want to get this warmed up a little bit so I can get these onions in here real quick. And I might also get, I'm going to put you on pause for just a second already. I know. I'll be back really quick. All right, guys. So I'm getting the onion in there. If I have any oil left. Oh, no pepper. Not yet. I let my oil cool down already. I had to turn it down because it was sizzling when I went to do my business here. Let me get these in here. There we go. It didn't take long. I'm going to get all these in here. I hope this is enough onion because frankly, since I'm doubling the recipe. I didn't really cut up that big of an onion. Sorry, don't mean to have my back to you here. So I hope you all enjoyed the last episode for year 3. It was interesting. You saw what happened to my lovely angel food cake. But you know what? You saw also what I made from it, right? I hope. The beautiful trifle was, oh my gosh. Now, while the angel food cake flopped, like as far as like staying light and fluffy and what have you, it definitely tasted amazing. And like I said in the video, I believe, I also said I would have added more almond extract. But other than that, it was so good with the how rude. It was so good with the berries. And then I did the French vanilla pudding. And I mixed that with a bit of whipped cream. So it was almost kind of like a mousse. And then I did just layer whipped cream. And then I drizzled some icing in there. But you know what? That could have been something that was left out. It really didn't need to be part of it. It disappeared in there. Let's put it that way. There was no added flavor because I put that icing in there. And think about that as far as like the berries are healthy. The angel food cake, while not healthy, is, a somewhat light calorie dessert. And then the whipping cream was heavy whipping cream, but it was homemade, not whipped topping. So, I mean, there is something to be said for making things yourself. Okay. We got so much going on today. I really have to make sure I go over these new challenges with you, but I need to get these softened. So I'm going to bring the board over while I'm waiting for those. So you can see my fancy work. Yes, I traced the letters, and yes, I know I have to color in so you guys can see it better. But there it is. Sentimental journal, exercise your mind, stretch it all. And I have to say I'm pretty proud of myself that I at least got them pretty even. So there you go. Those are the 3 new challenges. The paying yourself first, I think, is important, but I think a lot of this that we are challenging ourselves with is what is helping us to put ourselves first. Along with our daily motivational affirmations. All right, I think now I'm not really going to have anything to drain off because I'm not cooking my meat from raw. So I'm not really worried about, there's not much oil in here. And I know some of the liquid from the chicken has to cook off. So I think I'm going to put it in now. And this is probably a couple pounds still. We had quite a bit left. One looks like a whole thigh or a whole breast still. We might have to let this one simmer for a while. And that will help us to go over some of the stuff too. It might still be a little frozen. Come on, guys. I thought I had it. All right. I need to break this apart. There we go. It's not so much, it's just a little residually frozen. But I think we're going to get some nice flavor from the leftover barbecue sauce that's on here. Obviously, it's been watered down because of it being in the freezer. That's a big chunk. All right. I'm going to let this kind of just simmer here while we go over the challenges. Okay. Simmer at a pretty high. So I want to cook off some of this liquid as well. So we obviously know what sentimental journal is. We've been doing that, or we're supposed to have been doing that for a year. Things backfire, of course. All of us have issues. We all have problems. We all have situations that push things to the back burner that we can't control. We know that. So, yeah, that's one of the first things that usually goes, unfortunately. But I'm going to make I bought a new notebook, a more concerted effort to be on top of it starting now. And so I don't really think I need to go over that one too much. The next one is exercise your mind. And why I put exercise was because it still goes back to that challenge from last year that you need to kind of incorporate the two. So when you're working out, I really want your brain to think about the breathing, I need to hold my stomach in, or I need to make sure my back is flat, or, more focused on the technique of it than counting, because counting, you'll get to a few and then you go, whew, can't do anymore. When we all know we can, it's just a matter of taking our brain out of the equation. So when you can take that focus and putting on, you ask yourself questions. Am I keeping my stomach in? Am I keeping my chin back and is my posture good? Am I lifting and lowering properly? Kind of counting in there. Like I like to go each rep being 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that kind of technique to kind of then your brain just goes off into la la land. You don't need it for anything. But the point of that is that exercise stimulates the brain, stimulates the memory, and we all need a little bit more of that as well. Right? And then the last one, stretch it all. And what I mean by stretch your mind, stretch your body, stretch your imagination. I know that's your mind, but still separate part, I feel like. So what can we do to make these challenges seem a little bit more realistic? Or, that piece of chicken didn't have much of anything on it. No sauce, or how did that happen? We really need to keep our bodies in tune as much as possible. And I'm noticing now that I had to lift the dog a few times, that this part of my back is really bad. And so stretching that would be great, giving it a break. So I decided I should do that right now. Every little bit helps. Stop and stretch. Stop and stretch. Stretch in the car. Breathe in the car. Breathe in the car. Take that time to just go. That's stretching your lungs. Like, you need to stretch everything. We need to get it all out. Like, make sure every part of your body is just fully liquid. Okay, so we did the oil and the meat. We don't really have anything to drain off. I don't really think we're going to have too much residual. Yeah, it's kind of, I might pour off a little bit of this water. Woo! Because I don't want to get the meat too dried out either, because it is going to get baked again as well. But it's going to have all kinds of goodies around it. So maybe I will keep some of this liquid in here because that will help soften the naan a little bit, right? Okay, so now the next thing I'm doing is I'm putting in the peppers and cooking those for 2 minutes. Okay. Kind of left my peppers kind of big, didn't I? Yeek! Yeah, I'm going to be cutting peppers here real quick. I didn't realize how much big I left them. Look at this. This isn't going to spread well. Oh my goodness. Nothing like doing it on the fly, right? They all seem so small. Oh my gracious. So never panic, right? Can never panic. So now you could always use ground turkey here too, or ground chicken. I don't know if I'd use pork. Just trying to think of some other, steak, of course, just besides ground beef. I'm just going to break them. I just need them spread out a little more, and they're all big chunks sitting in the... Okay. All right. It's very colorful. I'm like, where's my spoon? Okay. All right. Yeah, there's another big piece of chicken. Yeah, it's like some of the breasts. Remember, we put them in as whole breasts, and then we pulled them apart. I probably would definitely not use breasts for this recipe again, only because I'm going to do timer here. They too tend to get dried out. So we'll see what happens when we cook it even more. Trying to break up some more of these peppers. I'm noticing how big. I can't believe I left them so big. Slacking already. Year 4. Great start. All right. I think we're just trying to soften these peppers a little bit. I'm trying to break up this chicken even more. All right. Yeah. Our sauce is definitely thickening up again. All right. Cool. Oh, yeah. So many pieces that have not been exposed to any kind of sauce. So this will be great. It'll get some nice new seasoning. And the nice thing about using the barbecue is it's not like the barbecue seasoning was that overwhelming that it won't just fade into all the taco-iness. Yes, garbage day. Okay, and then we're going to do 1 cup of salsa, which I think I'm going to kind of just eyeball. But it's almost time to put in our seasonings. Yeah, because it was cooking like 30 seconds before I set the timer. Now remember, I doubled this. I'm just going to play it by ear because I don't know if I'm going to need that much seasoning. I don't want to overdo it, but I do want it to taste like taco. So I might have to just... I did put all the seasonings together and then stirred them and just put them in one. Yeah, still too barbecue-y. All right. Ah! I can't get her over being cordless. I'm not doing the spins like I used to, at least. All right. Let's see. Still got that sweetness behind it. There's quite a bit of meat here, too, that hadn't been seasoned before, so. But it's better to let... All that residual liquid is gone now, so. All right. Perfect. Now, is that it? Oh, the salsa. I gotta do the cup of salsa. All right. So I got this. This is the medium. So I'm gonna do... This is probably... And then I'll do a little bit of mild. Maybe. I got no mousses left. Ah. Come on, pop. Here we go. Gotta give her a pop. All right, and then we gotta get a little bit of this medium in there. Just because I don't know how spicy the kids like it, and I don't want to overdo spice. Plus, I gotta turn this down. I'm probably going to need to do a little bit more than a cup and I do have more than 2 cups of salsa here. Because of the meat factor, I have more meat. So, I think it's supposed to be saucy, you know. I don't know. I don't really see. When she shows the final picture, you don't really see like the all the innards, kind of. Oh yeah, that's good and taco-y. Okay, let's do a little bit more of the spicy though, because then I can do mild all across the bottom, because that's where the other half cup of sauce is supposed to go. Now remember, we're dividing this in half. I've got to get my container out yet. So I'm going to be making 2 at once here. I'm going to get my... Oh, I'm going to put my green chilies in too, actually. Do you know that I might have just forgotten to add it, but I'm just like, do you know she doesn't mention the corn? But I think I just omitted it from the writing, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so that's our added corn, if you will. Might be a little too spicy for the little girl. But, you know, that sweet barbecue might do a lot for this. So maybe we needed a little bit of the heat. But I think it looks awesome. I'm trying to decide if I wanted to do that can of tomatoes. Let's see what it tastes like. Let's see. I just want a little bite. Hot. Oh, yeah. Not super sweet at all. I mean, not super hot. You'll get it. I'll get it. We'll all get it. Okay. All right. I think that's plenty. Perfecto. All right. I'm going to turn that off. Oh. I mean, we could almost use a smaller one because it's just me and my husband. All right, so half a cup of each on the bottom. I'm going to go get my spoon. Spread this along the bottom. That squirrel scared the crap out of me. I think I might use a little more. Yeah, a little more couldn't hurt, right? Saucy, because we got those naans we're putting in here. We want it good and so they're good and saucy. That makes sense, right? You won't want your naan to be too hard or too... All right. Our black beans! See, didn't mention the black beans either. All right. It doesn't mention either of those things. So I didn't leave it out, guys. I'm almost positive. Yeah. So yeah, don't forget your beans. I almost did. Oh, that makes it even more satisfying. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. All right, guys. Got to get this stuff in the side. Oh my gosh. Okay. Can't believe I forgot the... All right. Well, these naan are moldy. Great. Well, we're starting off great so far. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Well, you know, I wished for good luck for the new year. And I didn't get it. So, what do you do? What do you do? Yeah, what do you do? All right, so you use the 4 naan on the bottom. And you use the... Oh my God, these are moldy too. Well, we're getting the ones with naan. And they're going to get the ones with tortillas, unfortunately. Yeah, that one's got mold on it too. I thought that was just garlic. I'm not offended, but I don't want to give them. So I'm just going to have naan on the bottom, apparently. Oh my goodness. I didn't even think to look. Never dull moment, guys. All right, let me get out. I'm going to do flour tortillas because I have plenty. I mean, I could do whatever I want, right? Oh, goodness gracious. Well, some of it's going to be non-taco. Okay. Let's see here how this is going to work. The nice thing about the naan is it's skinnier, so you get more coverage. Unbelievable. All right, so what? Right? So what? It's still going to be delicious. All right, then we can put 2/3 of the beef. I need something to put this on because this pan is freaking heavy. And I'm not going to be able to. Badooba. Okay, so I'm going to try and split it here and then split it, if that makes sense. Okay, so I just don't want them to get all just beans. I'll just start grabbing and hope for the best. Kind of give a dividing line. All right, so here we go. So 2/3 of this. It's going to go on the bottom. Oh, one of their beans got in my... It's actually quite a bit. Their beans keep falling into mine. Okay, come on. All the beans are on one end too. Damn. Okay. 2/3? Probably. Oh, and then we're supposed to put cheese on this layer too. Okay. That's about right. What do I know? I don't know why I'm holding that. Oh, sugar. Never a dull moment. No, I'm trying to get I'm trying to get it equally spread, but it doesn't really spread. Just kind of plops. And then because the tortillas and naan keep moving. So where am I having, what is that, that thing from Taco Bell? The one with the flatbread taco and the regular taco wrapped together. I don't remember what it's called. That's what ours is going to be. I'm kind of bummed. I can't believe those were literally that moldy. Unbelievable. All right. Getting carried away here. All right. Now let me grab the cheese. And I'm not going to put the toppings on, but I'm just going to show that I cut some green onion and some black olives. That'll be something you add after you bake it. You can either put it on each individual portion or you could just decorate the whole top with it, you know. Let's see, can I get this more? Some of the naan is not covered. And I feel like, there we go. Okay. Same here, trying to get it all spread out. All right. So, I don't know, she said 1/3 of the cheese, but like I said, I do it by feel. And look, you know, you want it to be cheesy. I got a big blob right there. So, challenges wise, those seem pretty covering all the bases, right? Mentally, physically, and emotionally speaking, I think it hits all the... All right, and then we do the rest, right? So, let's try and work on helping each other out through these, you know? It's important that we keep each other sane. And kindness. All right. Yeah, ours is going to be more like a, can't think of it, gordita? No. I think that's what the flatbread part is. I don't even know. I get them all confused. I know the crunch wrap is that diagonal looking thing. Or hexagonal, not diagonal. All right, and then the rest of the topping. I'm so excited. So you know I'm not going to bake this now because, 1, it's not dinner time. And 2, this other one is for the... And I see them tomorrow. So they will have dinner for tomorrow. Oh. Yeah, lifting that dog? No bueno. I know my husband keeps telling me that, but it's also where he knows he can go and where he knows he can't go. And if he knows he can't go there, he won't go there, even if I say it's okay. So it's either pick him up and move him or we don't go to any other rooms in the house. Because the only thing that's on the main floor for me is the kitchen, really. I have a living room, but I mean, I've been using it more now that I've been sitting up here with him. But I'll bring him out later. He's napping. He slept really good last night, too. Didn't get up till 7:30. I was so happy. He's been getting up at 6:30. And I try to think of what the different, and I think the late nap has been killing me a little bit. But he gets tired, and it's like I can't, it's like a baby. Gotta get this spread out. There we go. There we go. It's almost like you're making like a little lasagna, right? Gotta get all the goodies out. You know me. Waste not, want not. Okay, guys. I'm going to have to clean this off because we're going to be making whipped cream. And we're going to need more cheese. We're going to need more cheese. I got to get more cheese out. Well, you know the rest of the drill. I'm going to let you guys go for a minute. Get a drink. I'm going to sit for a second and get get these ready to go. They get aluminum foiled, if you recall. And, yeah, they're going to be good and yummy, ready to go. But don't go away. We still have to make dessert. Eek! Well, you wouldn't believe the time I've had since I've left you lovely people, but I proceeded to spill olive juice because I had the can in the fridge. I'm like, oh, I'll put the lid on it later, or put a lid on it later. Let me just tell you, later ain't coming. So I'm doing my whipping cream first because she used Cool Whip and I'm not using Cool Whip. So this is 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, and I'm doing, I don't know, 4 to 5 tablespoons of powdered sugar. I don't like it to be too sweet, so, but it is more than I normally, so, got to get the lid on there, God forbid. Okay, and then I'm going to do, I don't know, half a tablespoon of vanilla. Oh my gosh. Like I said, I'm starting where I left off. Spilling, dropping. I bent over earlier, my microphone fell off. I'm telling you, this mixer is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh, I don't know if I was ready for it to be done yet, though. There was no way that was 3 minutes, was it? It's a little on the soft side, but let me taste it. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I'm going to give it a little longer just because I like it a little bit sturdier, especially since we're going to be stirring a bunch of stuff into it. So we're going to let that go. And in the meantime, I'm still here. We're going to get together our ingredients for the baked part, you know. It says mix together first. Oh, I got to get a bowl. To mix the ingredients with the butter and the, you know, the melted butter and all that, and the pecans and the pretzels. They're making like a candied, oh, and the brown sugar. We're making like a, see, I almost fell out again. Having the darndest luck today. Okay. All right, so pecans in. Okay. And then here's our pretzels. I didn't go crazy with crushing. I liked the ones that I got because they're like they were the little squares or whatever. So I liked that, keeping those a little bit so you could tell what they were. Let's see how we're doing here. I think we might be ready. And then we're going to do brown sugar. There we go. I just want to make sure I don't go overboard either. Okay. We're making butter. Don't want to make butter. Do not want to make butter. All right, so we're going to get this all stirred. That's a lot of brown sugar for this little bit of like nuts and pretzels. Okay. Well, I'm supposed to spread it out. Oh, crap. I forgot about the butter altogether. I don't know why I'm in such a hurry. I just want to see how it's going to turn out, I guess, more than anything. Okay. And then this is our 3/4 of a cup melted butter, which seems like a lot of butter. This seems like a lot. You guys, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Okay, now we're going to spread it out. Guess that's what they mean. Okay, I have made so many dishes today, you guys have no clue. So many. Okay, and then this is supposed to go in for just 7 minutes, which doesn't seem, I'm like so scared this is not right. Okay. Well, I'm going to check it in a little bit. Maybe I don't have enough pretzels in there. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't, and I should just crumble some more in there. I was thinking I had a pretzel crust, you know, and I wasn't going to need, but okay. On the fly. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with this? See? I'm telling you guys, there is something happening with my apron. I've carried this around on this apron so many times. Do I not have the apron tight enough? Boy. And then this keeps falling. There we go. Okay. We'll try that again. Okay, so I got my taco bake over here all ready and raring to go. I'm going to take another little break because I'm going to get this out of the bowl so I can oh my gosh. So I can get the actual cream cheese mixture in here. Okay? So one more pause, hopefully just one. Fingers crossed. Okay, guys, we just beeped. We'll see how this turned out. I'm a little nervous, like I said. Seemed like a lot of butter and brown sugar. Ooh, nice. I think we're supposed to let it cool, though. Come on, get over there. Why is it separating? Where we're supposed to let this cool? I don't know. I have no space left. All right, I think I'm just going to put it over here. I don't know. Like I said, it seems a little... I'm going to stir it, to be honest, because it just looks like it's all separated over here. I think it's supposed to harden. I hope that's what's supposed to happen, because I have no clue what would happen. I don't know. I don't know. I read the directions. 3/4 cup butter melted. So this is our 8 ounces. And you know I only use, just to save on, stuck to the plate. Just to save on some calories, I always use light cream cheese. You can use full if you feel the need. But I don't know. To me, they taste exactly the same. And I'm probably wrong, but I'm probably in denial. But you know what? Let me be in denial. And then that was 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to measure it this time. Yeah, just a little extra. Why not? Then we're going to drop that in there. Let's put this back on. I haven't used this attachment yet, I don't think. Okay, now we're going to stop. And then we're going to back out. Nope, stop. This is where I still haven't read up, I figure. That doesn't do nothing, turning it. Hitting the power button doesn't do anything. Yeah, see, every time I hit one of these, it makes no sense. And then I have to unplug it. I'm going to have to read. And it won't, Jesus. I'm going to have to read the directions, obviously. And I keep saying that. But I forget about it until I use it again. And I only usually use it on here. All right, so I think we're going to need a higher speed then. So as you know, our dessert isn't as healthy as our dinner, but we had a healthy dinner so that we could have kind of a sinful dessert, right? Anything about how fast to beat it? No. Oh, but we are supposed to fold in the whipped cream and cover and store in fridge until we're ready to piece it together, I guess. Let's get some of this stuff. My bowl, I remember I said my bowl doesn't have a dimple on the bottom. It has a very small one. That was one of the things that used to aggravate me about the KitchenAid. Is that darn dimple. All right. Smells good. Now, I think I'm going to save, because I do think it said something about, reserving a little, but that could have been something else. just to decorate the top of the pie, because we are doing a pie. Potentially 2 pies. So I want that. That's why I doubled the recipe of the. Well, not doubled it. I guess I didn't really double the amount of whipped cream. I only added an extra half a cup. So it did say fold it in, right? Yeah, fold in. And we're supposed to. Ah! All right, you know what? I do have to mix it one more time, I feel like, because there's a lot sitting on the top part of this paddle thing. So one more go round. That's the only drawback to having such a large bowl is that when you have a little amount of ingredients in there, it doesn't really touch it that great. I'm trying not to get my spatula. I have a tendency to hit the microwave with dirty utensils. Okay. Whew, this back is really... Okay, guys. I know we're in the home stretch. It's a long one, guys. I'm sorry. But I wanted to start out the year right with some goodies. And, yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens. We make messes. All right. So let me get this off of here, because then I can just dip this spatula into the whipped cream. I like that combo of cream cheese and sugar. I probably would use a little less sugar, I think. Because if you think about it, the Cool Whip, if you were using Cool Whip, that would be quite a bit sugary. So, for future reference, I would probably reduce the amount of sugar that they use in this cream cheese mixture. Come off. Okay. I think. Okay. When serving, stir strawberries and sugared pretzels and pecans. Well, see, here's the thing. We are kind of serving because we're putting it in a pie. So, I'm going to make a judgment call here. And stir everything. Oh, let me see how our little... Well, it's setting up, but I don't think it's ever coming out of the pan. That's my optimism for you. So our little pie crust is a little crushed, but that's okay. We're not going to complain, are we? I could probably even put a little bit more whipped cream in the... I just want to have enough for 2 pies. They don't make these easy to come out, do they? I haven't bought a store-bought crust like this in a long time. So I think I'm going to put like a hair more, just a little, just so I have enough to hopefully for 2 pies, like I said. Okay, and then we're going to stir in the strawberries and the sugared pretzel pecan pieces. I don't know, I feel like this is going to deflate our whole... I would think you'd want to stir the I don't know, it seems backwards. You'd think like you'd want to stir in the, oh my word, I have so many dishes. Stir in the, oh yeah, we're over an hour or two now. Strawberries into the cream cheese mixture and then add the, you know, does that make any sense? I almost want to add more strawberries too, but okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use this portion and then I'm going to crack-a-lack that across the top when it's done and cooled. Okay? No! You stink. That's delicious though. Don't mind me. That will be ours. Stay. Here we go. Come on. Do we have enough for two? Please, do we have enough for two? Doesn't have to be super filled, right? We might only have enough for one, guys. I don't know. I really do think it needs more strawberries, personally. 3 cups does not seem like a lot. So good, though. Yeah, I don't think I have enough for 2. So do I overload 1? I don't know. I'm at a loss because it's really not full. It's very heavy. It tastes amazing, though. All right, so what if, let's see, how close are we to cracking this? I don't know, it's still kind of warm. Yeah, it's still kind of warm. Yeah, I hate to do this now, guys, but I think I'm going to have to let you go. I don't want to, but the brown sugar pecan pretzel thing isn't ready to go yet. We're over an hour, and I need to get this out so everybody can see it. But what we can do is after, I drew a blank. After that cools down, and this gets all out on video, you could follow me on Instagram at The Best Blessed Life, or you can follow me on Facebook at Kristen Haas, KristinHass, and I will put up pictures of what it turns out to look like. So I guess, I hate to say it. Oh, I can even turn this off. I hate to say it, but I think we're done. I mean, I don't hate to say it, but I do hate to say it. Okay, guys. I hope this turns out great. I'll give you a sneak peek of what it looks like. Yummy, right? I'm so excited. But yeah, I think it's all going to fit in one pie, unfortunately. I'll just bring them some. Okay? All right, guys. Well, I think that's about it. All I have left to say is welcome to year 4. We'll go over the challenges more over the next few weeks. And I want you guys to have a good day. Go do great things. Be your best self. And please live your best blessed life. Thanks for watching.